I couldn't find a job.
You never think, hey, I'm going to be homeless. You never think that it could happen to you.
People can fall on hard times, and when they do, there needs to be that safety net.
As an organization, we have a very strong and succinct mission. We want to make sure that we're providing safe temporary shelter to all families and individuals who are homeless, and we want to also provide guidance to those who are both homeless and at risk that really helps them become more independent. If all we did was provide shelter, folks would come on day 1 and leave on day 20 and still be homeless. So what we're doing with services is creating change.
Sometimes all you need is just that ground level to fall back on and say, hey, this is where I'm at. Now what do I do to change it? They teach you certain tools that you need to look for employment, how to handle interviews, how to deal with employers in general if you have any questions or concern. They have FISC come in and teach you about budgeting.
Through our programs and through our classroom instruction and through our professional case management, we can really support families and individuals so they believe a change is on the horizon.
They gave me the tools, but I'm doing the footwork. I'm doing the phone calls. I'm doing the meetings. So you have sort of a sense of accomplishment.
The confidence to succeed comes from the nurturing and programs that are offered here. I mean, if you want to succeed, you still have to have that within yourself.
The people you meet and you see along the way, you know they're there for a reason. People who came from a place of hopelessness and are suddenly in a place full of hope because they found the programs and services of the emergency shelter so very valuable to them.
My family is important to me. They deserve a place to live, our own home, you know, and I'm willing to work as hard as I can with my case managers and myself to get out there and do what I have to do for my family. That's the whole point of the shelter, I guess, is you got to come with an attitude that you're going to make it, that you want to get out of this place.
It's about creating plans, short-term, long-term plans, to really help people understand that they can move from where they're at to a new, better place.
The prevention program is a program to help you not become homeless.
What we try to do is make sure that we're maximizing the ability of a family or individual to stay in their community housing. If we can keep people in their community housing and never have to have them use an emergency shelter, not only is that better for our community because we've treated a person far more respectfully, but it's truly better for the community from a resource perspective. There were folks who never came and sought the help. We needed to go to them and help them from where they were at.
If we can outreach to people who may be living on the street and finding out how they can get the support that they need, whether it's in the shelter or if they're not comfortable coming here, nonetheless getting them the help, that pays a dividend to the community and obviously the individual.
The premise behind Housing First is how do we address their very unique needs, the needs of the chronic homeless versus the episodic homeless. The beginning or the genesis of the help really has to be stable housing. 85% of Housing First participants are paying their own rent 100% by the end of the first year.
Many of the clients here have children. Does your priority come to the point of making sure your child's to school on time and fed to be there, or is it really trying to find shelter for your family? Our families that are enrolled in school can do so much better if they know that they have a residence. That has real dividends to the community because these are our future families. It's really an investment in the future, and that's why it pays for all of us.
I have 2 children. It's always been just us, so we're really close. And if we wouldn't have had this place, I don't know where they would have ended up.
At the end of the day, we need resources to provide the benefit that this community, I think, wants us to provide in the first place, which is to make sure that the basic needs of every human person in this community are being met. We can't do that just because we want it done. We can only do that if we have adequate financial resources.
I can't ever repay what they've done for me, but I appreciate it. My family definitely appreciates it.
To take a family or an individual who's in crisis, homeless, and to help them to get to a place where they have stable housing again, where they feel as though they've connected to the resources they need in this community to maintain that stability, where they're working every day again, they're being productive, they're giving back. That's the contribution. The difference that people make when they contribute here is that lives are truly being changed.